We move on to the Big Gray next. What do we do with next in this situation, Simon? One of the great questions of this year's Breeders' Cup Classic renewal. He's not just won, he has simply dominated his competition this season, winning by 10, 22 and a quarter, 9 and a quarter lengths at these longer distance races, but shortening up in distance to 1.25 miles. And it's not often that we get a chance to say that. We're not put in these handicapping situations where you're talking about horses cutting back in distance on dirt, but that's the case with this son of Not This Time. Kudos to them for taking their shot, but how does he fit in this race?
Look, I don't want to be critical of this horse. I think Doug Cowens has done a tremendous job with this horse. He has searched for a million reasons not to bring him here. He didn't want to do it because he's a high percentage trainer. He puts his horses in realistic spots. He doesn't want to be 100 to 1. He wants to be even money. There are no races for him. But in North American racing on the dirt, once you go 1 yard over 1.25 miles, the class, it just drops off completely. When you get to 1.5 miles, it's a different set of animals that you're competing against. It's a lot softer. He's been beating his competition easier, but I don't think, bottom line, he's fast enough.
I was going to ask about the quality of competition over further, because we know that in the past, when they had the Breeders' Cup Marathon, it was almost a penalty kick for the European challenges. You know,
right.
Rafe Beckett referred to Mahanak winning earlier on in his career. So that was the question mark about the fact that even though he's put together this really good profile of wins, he hasn't really been beating the caliber of horse that's going to give him, or give any fans of his, hope that he can beat the main players.
He's got nowhere else to run, and I applaud them for taking this opportunity. I mean, he's made, what, $1.3 million, nearly $500,000 this year, and this was a horse that was claimed. He was purchased for $40,000 or $50,000, I believe, last year, and he's done a tremendous job. This is a horse that, even if his odds are 50 to 1, you can't root against him. You can't root. It's a small barn, big horse, not a big powerhouse. It would be a fairy tale even if this horse ran in the top 3. It really would for the connections. I wish him the best of luck.
And this year, with the schedule that we have in front of us on Saturday, as far as a wagering perspective, the Breeders' Cup Classic does start the late pick 5. So you're going to know what kind of price he is for that first leg of the late pick 5. And the last year's pull up at Santa Anita for the Breeders' Cup late pick 5, over $4 million. And here's a look at